It'll take a lot more than tea parties to fix it.
Exactly, Myra, and I know we can make a better organization. Everything must change. The colors, the name, everything.
It is just beyond me as to how she could be so joggled by our suggestion we change.
Myra, your way could joggle the mighty General Oliver O. Howard himself. No, seriously, Myra. The way you stood at that lectern today would have made all of Texas proud.
Oh, correction, Bertie. All of Negro Texas proud.
Well, I hope the dear Reverend Brown is not too alarmed by us all barging into his living room again.
Madrid, after a while, we'll have to take up residence with the Browns.
We met and met and met again. I remember those days so clearly. We were on the move.
Oh, Miss Osceola McCarthy, my stars, my stars. When your performances on stage stopped my heart, might I humbly request your signature?
Bertie, please, not another word about the theater. These rehearsals are torturous.
Enough, Bertha Biggs. This is not a social hour. Second that effort. Ladies, shall we?
We would go regularly to Edna Brown's home at 6th and Fairmont Northwest. Osceola brought newspaper articles about women's suffrage.
Can you imagine how exciting it would be?
Others brought books on progress. We were sharing information about all the work that was being done.
That is wonderful. What would we have to do?
Edna Brown was a gracious hostess. It was a beautiful, spacious home, but we filled it up quickly.
Ladies, the Constitution.
The house was bustling with energy. It's almost as though we knew we were making history. We wanted our time together to matter, to make a difference in the world, and our defining moment was now.
We must first thank the good Reverend Sterling Brown and his daughter, our sister, Miss Edna Brown, for their most generous use of their home. Edna, do you have something to share before we begin?
Thank you kindly, Miss Hemmings. I hope you all have enjoyed the tea and hors d'oeuvres my sister Elsie prepared. As is custom, we are welcome to stay for as long as we like.
Thank you, Edna. We have several reports to consider this evening, but before we delve too deeply into the business at hand, I would like to read a quotation. This quotation comes from Walled In by Henry David Thoreau. Things do not change. We change. I will let you ponder the meaning of that and allow it to become the background of our thoughts this evening. This is a time of great change for our sisterhood. Our broadening views of the world lead us to reach out into the community. Because we wish to serve more than socialize and meet the challenges of the times in which we live, we elect to change our organization.
Yes, yes.
This evolution, my sisters, will bring about an entirely new presentation. We elect to change our colors, our letters, our offices, our credo, and our Constitution. Our first report comes from a sister who sparks the fire of change that burns in our hearts this evening. She is full of energy, tireless in her devotion, and resolute in the mandate for a new organization. She is dear to Howard, but dearer to us. On the matter of the Constitution, I call forward Miss Madri Penn.
Thank you. I must first share that I am equally spirited to be part of the class of 1914. It is always a privilege and a challenge to follow our beloved president. Therefore, I will refrain from my desire to lecture and redirect my energies to the new Constitution. I will read each proposed action, and we will enter into a brief discussion around each item. At the conclusion, I will turn the floor back over to our president for a vote. We will begin with the sorority flower. The recommendation is the African violet. As you know, the colors of the African violet are purple and gold. Edna, could you pass it around for everyone to see?
I'm just glad that Frank Coleman didn't decide to give Etna ginger root.
Now, Zeppi, these are official proceedings. But, to your credit, the colors purple and gold do also pay homage to our dear friends, the Three Musketeers of Omega Sci-Fi. They have been wonderfully encouraging and generous in spirit.
It is an exquisite choice. And you should know that the African violet is said to be the only flower that has touched every continent in the world.
Thank you, Ethel. Now on to a discussion of the official sorority colors. They are bold and beautiful and chosen carefully for what they represent. Bertie is wearing a skirt in the color we have proposed. Could you stand, Bertie?
Wait just one moment. I have something to say. I believe in what we are doing. And the direction we are moving in is fine. And even though it's not the right thing for us now, just as I love each and every one of you in here, I love Nellie and those sisters out there. And this is tearing me apart.
Eliza, this is high time. What you express, we all feel. But just as you feel sympathetic, we also feel committed to progress. We must be true to ourselves and true to our times. We will always be sisterly. But we have come to a fork in the road, and we must take a different path to arrive at a different place in history.
Liza, do not forget that just as we are making a choice, so are they. This is not a time for indecision. This is Delta time. And that means it's time to work. So let's get on with it.
Bertie, I'm ready to get on with it. I know that it's time for change. This is not about loyalty to friendship. This is about loyalty to an idea. An idea greater than us all. Service.
And what on earth could be greater than that?